Hello, and welcome back to Star Wars Minute. It's the daily podcast where we analyze, scrutinize, and celebrate the Star Wars movies 1 minute at a time. I'm Pete the Retailer from PeteTheRetailer.com.
This is Alex Robinson from AlexRobinson.fun.
And it's just us. We're wrapping up the movie. We got a couple of this, and then tomorrow, and then that's it for this season.
Done. Over.
Today, we're talking about minute 134 of Solo, A Star Wars Party. 134 starts with Walt Disney Studios, and it ends with Alpine guides. A long list of Alpine guides.
You want to have good Alpine guides. That's not something you want to cheap out on.
Well, it's the Alpine White. That's the, I know it sounds like a type of cocaine or something, like, or heroin or some kind of, but it's that was the Nestle white chocolate bar that had the commercial with the groovy song. I think we talked about it a little while ago.
Do you like white chocolate? You are famous for not liking regular chocolate. Do you like white chocolate?
I do like white chocolate.
Huh. I had white chocolate, I think, for the first time recently while I was in Maui, and I liked it.
Oh, good.
So
a lot of people they get really angry about it. They're like, it's not real chocolate. I'm like, it is it's just using different parts of the same plant, but it's not use the butter, not the bean.
Yeah.
But
people should like that they're using the whole thing and not throwing away part of it, anyway.
Yeah. Still, I don't care if it's real or not. I don't like real chocolate, so good.
Yeah.
I would love that it's not real chocolate.
Yeah. Speaking of Alpine guides, what do we have? Who do we have in 134?
Alpine guides. NESTLES. I got a couple of Pete's, but I also had one credit that stood out to me. And we can figure out if this is a nickname or not. Because one of the key grip, I think it's under the Walt Disney Studios, key grip, Dutch Holland. That's redundant.
Yes.
But it could be that his name was like Pete Holland, but they call him Dutch because his name is Holland.
His name is Holland, yeah.
I was astounded that my Uncle Bo's real name was William, but they call him Bo because Bukowski is his last name.
Huh.
He was Bill Bukowski, but they called him Bo. Everybody just called him Uncle Bo, and he was Bo, and to everybody, because that was just part of his last name.
But so you knew his last name was Bukowski, but you thought his name was Bo Bukowski.
Yeah, because I was a kid.
Yeah. Oh, PJ, look at him. He doesn't understand how
exactly.
it works.
or like
Bo Bridges.
Somebody else has that where it's like who else were we talking about that their name is basically a formula of their, well, not Radke. Everybody calls Radke. Even his wife calls him Radke. And but there was somebody else, I don't know. So or Ozzy Osbourne. There you go. My Uncle Bo Bukowski was like Ozzy Osbourne.
What is Ozzy's real first name?
It's like Kevin or Michael or something like that.
Oh, that's...
But everybody called him Ozzy because it's the part of his last name, Osbourne.
Yeah. I'm always envious of people who get that, who have a nickname based... anytime you're known by your last name, that seems infinitely cooler than being known by your first name. Like the Fonz.
Right. There you go.
It'll always be my gold standard for coolness. So if you have a nickname based on part of your last name, that's always going to be cooler to me. Like Robbie. You should start calling me Robbie.
You're Robbie, yeah. I did for a little bit. I didn't start it, but I was called Bonds for a while. And Bonds, which then I found out later was funny because my dad when he was in high school, was briefly known as the Bonge.
I don't mean to laugh at your father, but that's pretty funny.
Neither one of us made these up. There was just things that people started to call us.
Yeah.
So
when I was in college, I did have a group of people who did just call me Al.
Mm-hmm. Did you tell them that they could call you Al?
No, I didn't. That's what I liked about it, was that they were just saying, you can call me Al, just seems like you're giving yourself a nickname. So
right.
I like that. And when I was at SUNY Brockport for a year, some people gave me the nickname Toon. Toon, because Roger Rabbit had just come out and I draw cartoons and they were calling me Toon. And
was it because of former New York football giant player Al Toon?
That was it. That was why they said because I would because of cartoons.
Yeah. But it might be layered.
Maybe, possibly.
I don't know.
But it was anyway. That's I was. Then I went to art school, of course, and calling
everybody was Toon there.
Yeah. So
right.
Yeah, that guy was Strips. That guy was Cardi. That guy was Graph because he did graphic novels.
Hey, where's Autobio? Are we doing?
Yeah,
I think it's Al Toon, right? I gotta second guess myself because I'm not.
Are you thinking of the city of Altoona, maybe?
Al Toon, former football player. Oh, he played for the Jets, not the Giants. My mistake. I did not care about football until about 20 years ago. So
I didn't care about football till 20 years from now. So perfectly.
One of his kids' name is Nick Toon, which seems like something that Viacom used to air. So Dutch Holland, redundant.
Let's get to the Pete's.
Let's get to the Pete's. We'll go through it. I got Splinter Unit, electrical rigger.
Cool.
Splinter Unit, electrical rigger.
Being the electrical rigger of the Splinter Unit is pretty cool.
Peter Armstrong.
Whoa, that's
that's quite a credit right there.
Are you too young to remember Stretch Armstrong?
No, I remember Stretch Armstrong. I know.
Okay.
It was around. I don't think I had, and then it came back again in the 90s. I think there was a little lull in the 80s where we didn't have them. We knew of them. I think they adapted them to other, like they made like Hulk Stretch Armstrongs or something like that. They made other ones that were like that, but the actual character we didn't have, and then it came back in the 90s. So
got it. Okay.
We had a Stretch Armstrong gap.
Luckily, Pete Armstrong is there to fill us in with his electrical rigging as part of the Splinter
Unit.
Splinter Unit, even better.
Splinter Unit. And here's one that is not a Pete, but remember when I started doing this bit, not my all time, but last week when we started doing the credits, started doing this bit, and my wife was wondering if there were any Ellas in the cast. There were not in the cast, but I said I think there's one in the cruise here somewhere. Production coordinator Ella Chaitow.
There you go. Counts.
I said, forget it, Jake. It's Chaitow.
That's how the cool kids say it. Just tighten it up.
Right. Yeah.
Totes.
And then we use those extra letters. We throw them on the end of other things like Barnes and Noble and
D and Donald.
And then we got our Alpine guides.
Isn't it weird to think that like in 400 years, people will not be able to understand a lot of the things we say?
Oh, yeah.
It's creepy.
I mean, to be honest, I think people don't understand a lot of the things we say now. But
true enough. Or do you think now that if theoretically computers remain a thing and the internet remains a thing, that'll kind of have it'll maintain a tighter grip on things because there won't be that drift that comes from,
or just everybody will be speaking their own it'll splinter further, and everybody will be speaking their own mini dialects, but we'll have universal translators. So it doesn't matter what you're saying. It's just what it gets translated into.
Doesn't matter what we're saying anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Alpine guides.
Alpine guides.
Creamy white. I got two. And here we go. We're going off the board here because they're not straight up Peters because I think I think this is from the Dolomites maybe. So this is in the Alps. This might be the Swiss version because Pierre, P-I-E-R, Pierre. We got Pier Eugenio Genova. And then this guy counts. It's a conglomerate name, but Pier Francesco Smaltini. Pier Francesco Smaltini, which is like Peter Frank, but if it's one word, Smaltini.
Smaltini does sound like a drink.
Yeah, it's what you get
an Alpine
on the airplane.
An Alpine White and a Smaltini.
Yeah.
First of all, Alpine guide is a pretty cool thing to be. So
yeah. But in my mind, they're just like mountain men who just like live out there and like they don't even know that they're credited in the movie. You know what I mean?
They're completely unaware what films are. They
Right,
live
yeah.
a very simple.
Right. Like, oh, we're gonna thanks so much. We're gonna put your name in the movie. Be like, oh, okay, whatever.
You'll be up there with the VP of marketing for a digital effects company.
Alternately, I can imagine how cool it might look to project a movie on the side of a snow-covered mountain.
You need a guide for that.
Like, you know, on a dark night, where the moon is new.
What I like about that is the idea that they could be projecting on the side of the mountain, and that amount of heat would be that little tiny bit of heat from the bulb would be the thing that starts an avalanche, and
totally
it would entomb all the moviegoers at the bottom of the hill. And then once things start heating up in like 100 years, they would find them perfectly mummified
with their popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
That's all the Pete's that I had. Actually, is that all the Pete's for the rest of the movie? That's it. We're done with Pete's.
Oh dear.
Our last one was Smaltini there.
Pete's Complete.
Yeah.
The Complete Pete's. That's the book you should write.
Go. Mm-hmm.
The Complete Pete's. A guide to all the Pete's.
Mm-hmm.
Say in the International Union of Pete's. I don't have
Intercontinental
any
Union of Pete's.
I don't have
the
any
ICUP.
I see what you did there. I don't have anything specific to the minute, but I figured this would be as good a time as any. Well, maybe it's either today or tomorrow to regale you, or to not regale you, but to test you to see how close attention you were paying during the movie and our coverage of the movie.
Is this another episode of You Don't Know Poodoo about Star Wars?
It is indeed. I have 10 trivia questions here about Solo, a Star Wars story. Feel free to play along at home, everyone.
Okay.
I will give you time to answer. You can call in 8-Day Greedo. Let us know if you know the answers to these questions.
It's probably not the best way to do it, but
I guess I should remind everyone I got a lot of the answers here from Solo, the official guide by Pablo Hidalgo, now available on digital and Blu-ray. Wherever you get books. So that out of the way, we saw Han Solo's dice a lot in this game.
Boy, did we!
What were those dice?
What game?
What game were the dice used in? Some of these are multiple choice. Most of them are not.
Han Solo board game.
Han Solo dice game.
Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
Han Solo tabletop role-playing experience. It's going to be something that I may have heard of but cannot recall. So yes, I'll just stick with Han Solo board game.
Well, you were closer before. It's actually Sabacc, the Han Solo card game. The dice are used in what's called the Carillion Spike variation. It's like an expansion pack. That's how big of a nerd Han Solo is. He has one of the expansion pack things hanging from his rearview mirror. You roll the dice, and if you roll doubles, it has some kind of something with shuffling. So
I don't like it.
Why don't you like it?
I don't like it. Because it's not an experience.
It does make the universe smaller, the fact that we only know about one game, and it just happens to be the game that we see everyone playing all throughout the film. So,
right.
Yes,
and
I could see your objection.
They're like, oh, let's figure out how we could tie everything into this, and then they make up, but I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah. I think they did that so that they could eventually release an expansion pack to Han Solo's card game where they could also sell the dice as a thing. But going back to the beginning of the film, who is Lady Proxima's chief, second in command?
Moloch.
That is correct.
Mm-hmm. From a poem by Allen Ginsberg, I believe.
I thought you were going to tell me the name origin of Moloch.
Namor. Well, I am. Namor from the character was named because of the character in the poem Moloch.
Right, but where did he get the name from? Okay.
That I don't know.
Well, while we're speaking of unusual names, who is Falthina Sharest?
Falthina Sharest. I believe Falthina Sharest was the Imperial officer they tried to bribe going through the gate.
Yes.
To get into the spaceport.
The lead transport security officer, Falthina Sharist, is the one who took the coaxium bribe and wound up stranding
Right.
oh my gosh, Kira back on the...
Here's my trivia questions for you. What was the name of the female lead, the character?
Oh, gee, pass. Well, how about this one? Which Beckett gangster, which member of the Beckett gang, I called him a Beckett gangster, but that sounds weird, died before getting to meet Han Solo?
Corso.
Of Corso, you are correct, sir.
And it's Corso, even more so.
I don't remember if we brought this up before, but when I was apparently an early script had Corso being Lando Calrissian's brother. That's crazy.
That may have come up because it sounds ridiculous, but not entirely unfamiliar. Like Corso Calrissian?
Corso Calrissian and Lando Calrissian.
I don't know.
While we're speaking of characters whose last names end in O, what species was Rio Durant? What species was he?
Albanian.
Voiced by Jon Favreau.
It's something that sounds like Albanian, but it's not.
You have the first letter and the last four letters correct. It's the middle part that
Armenian. He was Armenian.
Oh, you're getting even closer. Now you have the first two letters. Ardenian or Ardenian. I'm not sure how he pronounces it.
Right.
But I wonder if we'll ever see another one of him, one of those guys in the... he seems like it would require a lot of CG more so than like, say...
So that could be like a little animated Disney Plus series. Rio.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
The Rio trio. You got Rio and his two friends, his two buddies, and they go on adventures.
And then they open up a bar at the end. Which of these collectibles did Dryden Voss not have in his extensive collectibles collection? Are you ready? A.
He definitely had an A.
A. Mummified hand of King Duro. B. A Nogri Carver set. C. A Sith holocron. Or D. It's a trick question. All of these are part of Dryden Voss's collection. Mummified hand of King Duro, Nogri Carver set, or a Sith holocron.
Now,
or is it a trick question?
I do not recall specifically any of those being in the collection, so I'm going to say D.
You think it's a trick question?
Of them. Yeah.
All of these are actually a part of the his collection. You are correct. It was, in fact, a trick question. He did have the mummified hand of King Duro. He did have the Nogri Carver set, and he did have a Sith holocron. I figured the Sith holocron would be the one you might have gone for, because
I almost went for it.
It seems very kind of like on the nose, but there you go.
But the fact that I didn't remember any of them meant they were all on the same playing field, so why not vote for all of them?
You just take a chance. Good job.
Like Abba, I took a chance.
Now, for your next question, I want you to rank all these patrons of the lodge.
Oh, okay.
From the least to the most number of eyes.
Oh boy.
You ready for the characters?
How many are we talking about?
There's only 3 characters.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh, I should have made it 4. That would have been better.
4 eyes.
Let's make it 4.
Okay.
Let's make it 4. Are you ready?
Yes.
The twins.
Lando
Calrissian.
Okay.
6 Eyes. Or Big Guy. The twins. Lando Calrissian. 6 Eyes or Big Guy.
I think Big Guy was the one that has like one big eye. So I'm going to say 1. He's got the fewest. Then Lando's got 2. The twins, I believe, have 2 apiece per head, rather. So that's 4 total. And Argus 6 Eyes Panox has 6 eyes. So 1, 2, 4, 6.
Oh, I'm sorry. That is incorrect. You were correct with Big Guy, who only has one big eye, hence the name. Lando Calrissian, of course, 2 eyes. Here's where you get into some trouble. 6 Eyes has 6 eyes, but the twins have 4 eyes per head. So that's a total of 8 eyes.
To hold you. I can't picture the twins. That's the problem. Yeah. I remember the name. I'm thinking of the Danga sisters or but I can't picture the twins.
Well, the twins are kind of almost like one creature that has 2 kind of almost vaguely shrimpy kind of eye, like a sea creature, insecty kind of eyes. Each one has 4 eyes on each head. So, but that was a tough one, I admit.
All right, good. I feel
after.
Challenged, but not, but I'm encouraged. I'm close, and again, I'm getting some of these, but not all of them. So it's a good balance.
You're not a fanatic. You're just a hardcore casual. That's what we always say. After Han Solo wins the Falcon, what does he use Lando's cape closet? What happens to Lando's cape closet?
Remember this because it is so sad and disappointing. It becomes Chewie's room.
Chewie's bedroom.
Chewie's bedroom.
The correct answer.
Chewie he sleeps in the cupboard under the stairs.
He truly is the wizard Wookiee of the Star Wars universe. Now this one, well, I won't tell you how challenging it is. It's pretty straightforward. Name all the planets we saw in the movie.
Oh boy. Well, Corellia.
I won't insult your intelligence by telling you how many there are. I'll just let you.
Oh, I know. I'm Corellia.
Do you want me to tell you if you're right? Corellia is correct.
Well, you can hang on to it till the end.
Okay.
I'm doing it. I'm mapping it in my head as we go. Corellia, and then from Corellia we go to Mimban.
Mimban.
We get stuck in the Mimban mud, and then from Mimban we go to the Dolomites. What was the name of that planet? The coaxium heist took place on.
You can pass and go if you want to move forward.
I'm going to hang on. Yeah, put a pin in that one. But the planet with the coaxium heist. Then from there we go to, I think, we visit Dryden Voss on the same planet at first. And from there we go to Kessel. And then from Kessel we go to Savareen. And we meet up with Dryden Voss and do everything again. And then at the very last scene that we just saw was on Numidian Prime. But what was the name of the planet with the what's the train called? The Conveyex. The Conveyex job was on. I can't think of it.
It sounds like an extinct North in New York City area department store.
Bonwit Teller.
That's right. No. Corellia is correct. Mimbin, the mud planet, is also correct. And Vandor is the
Vandor.
The planet with the coaxium train, Kessel and Savareen, and I even forgot about Nemoidian Prime, so you get extra credit for that, so we'll call it a wash. The final question, which of these droid types do we not see in the spice mines? A, Adminek droids. That's like admin with ek at the end. Number 2, astromech droids. Number 3, number C, a Treadwell droid. And number D, it's a trick question. We see all of these droids on the Kessel droid mines.
I feel like that's bait for me to go for D again. And I feel like we would have made a bigger deal out of it had we seen a Treadwell. We definitely talked about a Gonk, and I think you brought up Adminek. when it happened. So I'm pretty sure we had astromech droids, kind of, there's the weird cone head kind of one. So I'm gonna
Admonic, astromech, Treadwell, or all of the above.
I'm gonna say we did not see a Treadwell on Kessel.
I mean, you think we would have made a big deal out of it if Treadwell did show up.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
The correct answer is D. We did see a Treadwell. We saw all of them on the planet, and I can't believe we didn't make a bigger deal out of Treadwell.
I overthought that like crazy.
I did not even remember that Treadwell was in there until I was browsing through the official guide. So I don't remember. I don't remember. Maybe the guest we had maybe through a software we didn't dwell on Treadwell. We didn't know. Treadwell.
I don't recall. That's odd.
Yeah. So the only thing I can think of is maybe we did, because I think we did speculate whether or not it was the same Treadwell droid that will wind up in the Sandcrawler, but inconclusive. Actually, it's one of those ones with all the arms on.
Oh yeah.
Not the classic wormy Treadwell. But there you go. Hope everyone at home had a fun time doing that. You can send your answers to, what's our P.O. Box
P.O.
again?
Box 20139, Greedo Square Station, New York, New York, 10001.
And we will process those and send out the prizes. So,
Hey, speaking of which,
yes.
I know we mentioned that we are going to, this is my show to wrap up anyway. So let me make this part of the wrap up. If you're just listening to this, be aware that we have a YouTube channel, and every episode goes up on YouTube. There's video of us. You can see us. You can see what's behind Alex right now. Don't tell him.
Wait, what?
And but we also, I think, coming up, we are going to do a YouTube exclusive mailbag episode before too long. It's news to you, Alex, but we were talking about doing a mailbag episode. We usually had been doing them on Patreon, but I think we should just do a exclusive, a little YouTube-only show available to everybody. Just go to our YouTube channel, StarWarsMinute.com/YouTube, and we will post an episode on there of us opening the mail and seeing what people sent us, because there's a little bit of it built up here.
People will send us stuff of visual interest. It'll give us an excuse to hold stuff up to the camera.
Mm-hmm. So,
what's that address again?
Star Wars Minute, P.O. Box 20139, Greedo Square Station, New York, New York, 10001. Destruct 1. Don't put in that last part.
Oh.
They're going to put you over with Unabomber.
Unabomber.
Unabomb. Unabomb. That is it for 134, and we've only got one more episode left this season. So hopefully, everybody, you can come back and join us here tomorrow for the very last solo A Star Wars Minute.